Hey, hi, hello! It's me, Liv, your galactic guru girl, and I'm back at it again to raise your cosmic IQ and improve that astrological awareness. Today, I'm also going to be giving you some retrograde aid because Saturn, she just got hit with that Uno reverse card and she is backtracking in the sign of Pisces. Now, if you thought that this was a transit you were just going to sit out, I got news for you. You're going to be hiding under that rock for a long time because she does not station direct until November 4th, later, way later this year. Also, she's Saturn, the adult in the sky, the cosmic queen of karma and consequences, nicknamed by other astrologers the Great Malefic, which is a nickname that I think is unfair because she's not unfair. She is just delivering on the effort that your work ethic created. So, how did this astrological authority figure become the ruler of Capricorn? Qualifications, duh. She is all about that discipline, commitment, consistency. She provides structure, boundaries, and she is all about that accountability. She's going to help define responsibilities and deal with obligations, but she can also help you achieve those long term goals through time management and showing up for yourself and your goals. Sorry about that little cameo in the background of my own little furry Capricorn who keeps me on a tight schedule when it comes to dinner and also is really good about boundaries regarding who, no one, is allowed to walk in our yard. Saturn is also known as the taskmaster because she is going to keep you on track, making sure that you do what you need in order to achieve what you set. More than any other planet, she wants you to live tastic. The root word tastic means the best example or expression of. So, of course, she is going to lend you energy in order to lead your best life as your best self. I have another nickname for her. I refer to her as Professor McGonagall because Saturn is known as the great teacher, and she definitely embodies that tough love, that pushing you to be your best self and holding you accountable to high standards. So, how does tough love Professor McGonagall feel about being in the sign of Pisces, the dreamer, the compassionate, the deepest emotional sign of the zodiac? Well, Pisces is also the last sign of the zodiac, meaning that it has acquired all the wisdom from the other signs through its journey. So it turns out it's a pretty great combination. But we'll dive into that in a little bit. But first, let's backtrack to the meaning of retrograde. See what I did there? Father's Day may be over, but the dad puns live on. I'm sorry, I just can't help myself. Anyway, back to the point. So, visually, retrograde planets appear to be moving backward in the sky, but energetically, the focus is inward. So, the planet's energy has been slowed down. No matter the planet, it's a call for pause and rest and reflection in the energy it embodies, letting the dust settle so you can take inventory of yourself, environment, and the direction you want to go with more clarity and conviction. This is a great time for reflection and catching up, allowing all the growth to really integrate for you. It's like letting the chain catch between gears on a bike before moving forward. Now, in this slower movement and stillness, Saturn, she's going through your checklist. Saturn in retrograde is having an astrological audit. She is going through and wants to review, revise, and rewrite the game plan because she loves an updated itinerary. Now, Saturn in Pisces, she wants to reevaluate your dreams. Do you still want what you thought? Have your desires evolved? Does your perception of success in reaching those dreams and goals need to be reoriented? Or do you just need a whole new prescription to reassess your priorities? Now is the time to revisit your long term goals. And it is okay if they have changed. Pisces lends some of that mutable water energy. Have compassion for yourself if your fantasy life is falling flat or if your dreams have evolved. Embrace that you have experienced so much growth since you first made that vision board. Saturn in Pisces is not here to reprimand you for falling short of your dreams. In fact, she's asking what you really want, and she is supporting you in reaching them. Now, if Saturn is about boundaries and limits, she is putting up the fence along your path to make sure you've reached that destination. Now, if you need to rest, rest along your path. Don't waste your energy and time meandering about. Now, if you are somebody who gives and gives and gives and doesn't have anything left to fulfill your own obligations, no, no, Saturn is not having any of that. She is stepping in with those boundaries and being like, this is a cup. It's your cup. And she's going to tell you the order that all of the cups need to be filled. Yours first. And she does that in a loving way. Now, she's lending structure and boundaries to turn those dreams into actual goals. And she's going to ask you to look for the steps you need to take in order to get there. And Saturn in Pisces, as the great teacher, once you've had this whole zodiac journey of lessons and learning, she's going to ask you to look from a new mindset and perspective. Have you learned new methods of doing things that work more effectively for you? Have you acquired new skills? Do you have new tactics in achieving your goals? She's going to ask you to reflect and implement those in redefining your game plan. In life, everything is energy, and Saturn is really giving you the benefit of structure to control some of that chaos. She's giving you a boundary and definition of your cup. She wants to turn that dream into a goal and is providing you with this time frame to really think about what that is. Now, retrograde is also a really good time for revisiting some of the old ones. So it's okay to restart a goal. In fact, starting completely new projects is probably not the best, but it's a great time to revisit old things like your vision and be able to realign yourself in a better direction. So when she stations direct, you have that structure in order to build the momentum to real, attainable, physical, tangible success. That's not to say that you need to wait until November 4th when Saturn stations direct in order to start on those goals. In fact, now is a really good time in the beginning of retrograde to go ahead and revisit those dreams, restructure the way you're going to achieve those goals, and even gives you a really beneficial practice period, if you will. So that way you are ready, you are tuned in to how you're going to pursue those goals. Now, I do want to add that Saturn, she is going to bring a realistic component into all of this. Now, when you're reevaluating your goals and dreams, it's not just do they fit anymore for me? It's why did I not achieve them previously? And that realism can be where she gets accused of being harsh. Now, did you not achieve what you wanted? Because accountability. Did you really not put the work and effort in that was needed? So that's another component that I want you to think about in reevaluating what you want, what you've done so far, and how you're going to get there. And now I'm going to delve into the personal points, which I hope provide inspiration as well as examples for how I'm going to use the Saturn retrograde period. And it definitely involves the realistic evaluation of my goals, such as my health and fitness goals that I have failed to achieve to the manifestation standard I wrote down months ago. Well, if I'm being 100% honest, and I go downstairs and I open up the pantry and the refrigerator and I take stock and inventory on what I have been buying and eating, um, it's a lot less celery and a lot more Oreos. And you know what? That's something that I own. I own that. I've made accumulative decisions that have accumulated elsewhere, like my hips. And I have to go back and realize, why did I set that weight loss goal in the beginning? Because I hate shopping. And my whole motivational factor was to be able to prevent myself from acquiring a new summer wardrobe. I just wanted to be able to lose some weight in order to fit into my old clothes and maintain. But my actual actions have not supported the direction of growth. I take that back. They have definitely supported growth, just not in the way that I wanted. In terms of fitness goals, I know myself and I know I don't like exercising for the sake of exercising. I have always been involved in sports, and if I've ever worked on my running, it was for conditioning for game. When I first started brewing years and years ago, I'm only 5 feet tall. And I realized very soon that I was going to have to work on my muscles, because if I wanted to be a brewer, I would have to do brewer things like lifting 55-pound grain bags, lifting 57-pound and 167-pound kegs. So I literally started lifting and working out in order to perform better at my job. That was my motivation, and that was a really effective one. And I got results that I needed because I was dedicated to achieving that. In terms of recent sports, uh, when I first got here, I wanted to learn how to play tennis. I had taken lessons a couple years ago and I really enjoyed it. And I was like, oh, that's a good thing for me to work towards. However, it is time to revisit those goals, because when I first got here and I had all the enthusiasm and determination in December, I was quickly discouraged because I couldn't find any, tennis clubs, any lessons. It was miserable to go out on the court in gloves. And we have grumbles from my dog because she wants me to include, thank you, Warden. She wants me to include that I also said that I was going to take the dogs for a lot more walks and running and hiking and take advantage of the area that we live in now with all these mountains and trails. Good point, Heidi. Good point. But these are all things that I have to look back and honestly evaluate. I didn't reach those goals because I didn't hold myself accountable. I didn't put in the effort into getting them. So why would I? Another aspect that I'm going to be really looking at is career and work-life balance. So that is something that I have struggled with in the past, and my friends and family will let you know that it is. And I am so thankful for those who have loved me and supported me through it and have helped me stay sane, sleep, and eat. Lydia, I'm looking at you. Because, yeah, I wouldn't have had home cooked meals or have come home at all. There was a period of time where I had a hammock hanging up at work, so I could stay on task and catch a quick nap. I have come a really long way, and Saturn retrograde is giving me this pause and reflect moment before I take another step and turn in my career. And I'm realizing that my goals and definition of success have changed. My priorities have changed. It's a job is not going to be as important as my family is to me. And I want to make sure that this change of perspective is reflected in my actions and really felt by my family and friends. And this is as we start Cancer season coming up, is a really good transition point for me to focus on that. So I am going to be taking advantage of this Saturn retrograde period as an opportunity to really reassess what a live-tastic life looks like for me. I am allowing myself the freedom and opportunity to reimagine my best life. And I'm going to be honest with myself, looking back and reflecting on all the ways I got here and what I did, and also what I didn't do, and be able to make informed decisions moving forward. And it's up for determination still exactly what that direction forward is going to be. But I am feeling very optimistic and also feeling really supported by this planetary transit. And I hope that I've alleviated some of the retrograde fears and really encouraged you guys to see this transit as a positive pause point in your life in order to realign and really slingshot yourself to success at the end of it. And speaking of goals, we are going to have a check-in on the first quarter moon to see where we're at with those goals and intentions set from the new moon in Gemini. I'll have another video also coming up that'll expand on what I mean by Cancer season and what it's going to be a great time to take advantage of working on in your life. Anyway, enough about me. If you want a personalized Saturn retrograde plan, let's go ahead and talk about it. Shoot me an email at livetastic44@gmail.com, listed down below on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe so you can get that quarter moon video as well as a Cancer season scoop, and to help you take advantage of all the wonderful cosmic energy that is around us and available to us, and just ready to be transmuted into your transformational tools to lead your live-tastic best example of your life.